If the plan of Kalonzo Musyoka was to make sure that he remains in the limelight, that he remains relevant, then he has succeeded big time. Because as political temperatures continue to rise in the country, the name Kalonzo Musyoka keeps on popping up all the time. Now, before I introduce my show today, I'd like to play you a short soundbite featuring Kalonzo Musyoka. Take a look. I'll be back.
I can tell you the guys I negotiate with very seriously are those ones. Yeah. If they convince me, fine. If I convince them, fine. Because these are brothers. We know each other. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I said our brother Raila is willing to join us. I mean, he's free to join us. That I can tell you for a fact. And in fact, I would love that to be the situation, that he joins us. Okay? However, I cannot see, and I made it clear, I would be the most stupid fellow on the earth to go and support the third time a presidential candidate, all right, without a measure of reciprocity. I think it goes beyond the doctrine of good faith, justice, fairness, yeah. And I can tell you, this man you're talking to is very strong.
Yep, that was Kalonzo Musyoka, promising us, almost swearing, that he will never support Raila Odinga. But what is happening now? Negotiations are at an advanced stage for him to join Azimio together with his wiper party. So what is going on here? Yeah. And the latest is that the allegations that actually Kalonzo Musyoka has been asking for money to join Azimio. Is this true? Well, karibu sana to my show today, where I take a deeper look at this. Yeah. And also we go back to other whispers we have heard of other leaders in the recent past who have been paid money to join coalitions. Yeah. Enjoy the show. With all the drama and acrobatics that one Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka is treating us all to, the latest is an allegation that has surprised and indeed shocked many Kenyans. Alfred Mutua, the outgoing Machakos governor, recently told us that the reason why Kalonzo Musyoka is belaying, the reason why he's dilly-dallying, is because he is asking for a huge sum of money to be paid to him before he can join the Azimio coalition together with his wiper party. What? We have even been given the exact amount. We have been told, allegedly, by Alfred Mutua, that Kalonzo Musyoka is demanding, wait for this one, 3 billion Kenya shillings for him to append his signature on the Azimio coalition agreement so that he joins Azimio and is part of Azimio, meaning that all his basket of votes also goes to the Azimio presidential candidate. Yeah, we have not yet been told who it is. But it is rather obvious, too obvious, that it's going to be one Raila Amolo Odinga. Now, is this true? Of course, supporters and allies of Kalonzo Musyoka have strongly denied the claim. So shall we assume that Alfred Mutua is using psychological warfare to force Kalonzo Musyoka into the coalition, to the Azimio coalition? Or what is it exactly that we're missing here? Now, let us start by taking a quick look at what has been unfolding in our dear country when people are forming coalitions. For a long time now, there have been whispers all over the place that before people join certain coalitions, they are paid money. Okay? And there have also been whispers, actual information I've received, that many times the amounts mentioned are exaggerated. But money changes hands. What? Now I want to be very clear. I'm not saying Kalonzo Musyoka has demanded any money. No. All we're doing is trying to analyze what has been happening so that it sheds more light into this very disturbing claim by Alfred Mutua, governor of Machakos. We have also heard whispers that a man called Cyrus Njirongo, who has been going through some hard times. At one time in the 80s and 90s, he was a billionaire. But he lost everything. And he has been through some very hard times. There have been whispers that the assignments that he has been given, the political assignments, have come with financial gain. Now, to be fair to Bwana Cyrus Njirongo, in any activity, there's what we call facilitation fees, facilitation funds. And if you're not a rich man, but people want to make use of your contacts and your skills, there's absolutely nothing wrong with them facilitating what they want you to do for them. Money for running around, money for maybe sleeping at a hotel when you've made a trip somewhere to convince somebody, or to run an errand, etc., etc. There have also been whispers, I believe many of us will remember, alleging that Deputy President William Samoei Ruto received a huge sum of money to support President Uhuru Kenyatta in 2013, which puzzled me in many ways, because we know that it is Deputy President William Samoei Ruto who was the brainchild, the person who came up with the idea of the Uhuru-Ruto union, which won that general election, which won the presidency. And we know, at least I know from my information, that William Ruto did a lot of running around to make that particular idea work, to make it a reality. He had to convince some very powerful people. There was some real work put behind it, granted. So it is a bit difficult to believe that after he had done it all, he still ended up being paid to support the president. So for anybody who has been following Kenyan politics, and especially listening very closely to what people are saying, because in politics many times what people are saying, even when it is not true, can give you a clue that will lead you to the truth, which may be different, completely different, slightly different, or even the whispers could be spot on. That's the nature of politics. Very difficult to tell what the truth is. But one thing is for sure, when you receive consistent whispers in a certain direction, then the logical conclusion is that there's some truth. Now, this is very discouraging to Kenyan voters. What this is telling us is that some of our leaders, not necessarily Kalonzo Musyoka, is that we have some leaders who hold sway with their communities who used the general elections as a time to reap big. Now, it is super fascinating that recently, Bwana Francis Atwoli, the Kotu boss, told us that Musalia Mudavadi and Moses Wetangula were just a kiosk. Yeah. They were open for business. The idea was to receive money, to make some money, yeah, as we head to the general election. I'm sure most of us remember that. It is very disheartening, very sad for Kenyan voters, yeah, if it is true that our leaders usually ask for monetary rewards in return, yeah, for supporting certain coalitions, which means that we don't matter. What matters is their own personal gain, their own selfish ends. We don't even come into the equation. We, the people, vote for them. We, the people who support them. Yeah, if it's a tribal king, you support your tribal king. So it all comes down to their selfish gain. Nothing to do with a better Kenya. Nothing to do with the better governance for us, the people, the voters. That is very sad. Now, in my opinion, Kalonzo Musyoka has a problem, a very big problem. His reluctance, yeah, to join the Azimio coalition, his demands, his constant requests for meetings, yeah, all those things put together are not a good thing for somebody who wants to defend Kalonzo Musyoka against these allegations. Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. It is okay for Kalonzo Musyoka to put a very high price on himself and the Wiper Party. That is a very good political play. It is the right thing to do. There's nothing wrong with that. It is okay for Kalonzo Musyoka to demand, yeah, certain things before he can go into a coalition. That is well in order. There is absolutely nothing wrong with what Kalonzo Musyoka is doing. However, I have a simple question to ask. To what end? Because we know all this is optics. Yeah, it's mere optics. But to what end? Because in politics, you take care of the optics, knowing that at the end, it is going to get you somewhere. But we all know that whatever is negotiated between Kalonzo Musyoka and the rest of Azimio, we know that he will never end up with more than what his clout, political clout, deserves. And we also know that his political clout in recent times has been dramatically hit, dramatically reduced by the three very popular governors of Ukambani who are fully behind Azimio. That is Machakos Governor Alfred Mutua, Makueni Governor Kivutha Kibwana, and Kitui Governor Charity Kaluku Ngilu. In other words, the perception he is trying to create, the optics he's working very hard on, yeah, will not make Charity Kaluku Ngilu, Kivutha Kibwana, Alfred Mutua go away, yeah, with the massive support they have. It will not make that go away. So I ask again, to what end? And these are the suspicions. These are the things which are left hanging that will give room to a lot of Kenyans, yeah, to even entertain, yeah, such a shocking idea as somebody demanding money to join a coalition. You know, this is politics. And in politics, the truth is not as important as the perception the public have. In other words, what I am saying is that all this drama and the moves Kalonzo Musyoka and his handlers are making is not good for Kalonzo Musyoka. Does not help his cause. If anything, it plays against him. It's working against him. What? Anyway, maybe there's something I'm not seeing. Maybe there's a very clever, smart plan Kalonzo Musyoka has that I've not seen. That's possible. So let's just leave it at that. Until next time, this is Chris Kumekucha.